Alright, well, just let Walfers know. Just give him the heads up. I'm so glad we missed this warm-up. Tiebreaker's better than Frencium. Sorry, bro. Alright. Oh well. So, here we go. With a client that will work. That's okay. But, joining me in a few moments, ladies and gentlemen, you may know him. I will happily get to know him a bit more. It'll be none other than Walfers. Walfers, how you doing?
Hello, what's up?
I'm doing very well. We just had an incredible tiebreaker played between our two previous combatants.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We were all watching. The Alcoran versus Machine, that was a wild one. But we got another wild match here, Arbusion versus Emilbus.
Yeah. Looking at the stage, their run so far in the tournament, this is a loser bracket match, the first loser bracket match for the weekend. Previously, Emilbus reached here after barely winning out against Murphs last week in the second round of the quarterfinals of the loser bracket. Getting out on the tiebreaker, and
yeah,
Arbusion falling down after he barely lost on the tiebreaker to Apple Double T.
Yeah, so now we've got basically two very strong, I guess almost all-round players here in Arbusion, and of course, as you said, Emilbus. Arbusion, quite recently as well. Definitely, he was one of the more prominent hard rock players, but now he's basically proven himself to just play just about everything, so it's going to be quite interesting. But yeah, as you said, I do believe this is warm-ups.
Yes, this is the second warm-up.
Yeah.
Because last time I checked, a 0 BPM map with 0 stars. I mean, don't get me wrong, we do have... Yeah, it's normal, yeah. You know. I know in Taiko we got 0 BPM songs and byline gimmicks, but I don't think that matters in standard as much.
Yeah, no, it really doesn't, because this is an 8-star AR10 no mod 1 that was a custom, I believe, for another tournament a while back by Azunian. Very much known for his Love Live and Idol, you know, no mod 1. Aim mapped.
Noted.
Yeah. 210 BPM, I think. It's this one, so yeah, it's pretty rough.
Definitely looks rough. Definitely looks like it's a step higher than what we've been seeing in the semifinals weekend so far.
Oh yeah. I don't think he'll even get this hard for grand finals. I'll be completely honest. This map's kind of nuts. Oh.
Yeah. Noted.
Yeah, and yeah, oh, Emilbus is just struggling a little bit now, coming in near the end.
Yeah, jumps are quite difficult to parry. Both players kind of hitting about 3/4 of the notes.
Yeah, and just a few more stars left.
Yeah, a few more star ratings to go through. Don't worry, you can make it. We believe in your star jumps.
Well, one thing's for sure, after this, they better not complain that their aim's not warmed up. It might be a bit off after,
Nick,
you know. Oh. Was that our boys? Or was that Emilbus who picked this one?
Go for it.
Interesting. Yeah, I assume that this was probably Arbusion's. He is a bit of a...
Yay! We like it when the
Alright.
fire does its job.
In any case, yeah, gonna come into the picks and bans now, and
Bruh.
oh,
Okay.
interesting. Anyways, you're gonna have to fill us in then, Mr. Coppertine. But
Okay. That's easy to remember. Okay.
in any case, looks like our boy's gonna go into DT3 first. So this is actually gonna be a pick from our boy. A little bit, interesting pick actually. Yeah, it's from our boy. It's Alice Maestra. 236 BPM, well, 237 stamina pick, I believe. Actually quite interesting because I would have thought our boy would have been more favored towards Hard Rock, but you know, coming into Emilbus as well, who himself is more of an, I guess, alt player as well. So it's gonna be quite interesting to see how they perform on this. But
well, let's give it a go.
Yeah, and immediately actually Emilbus just struggling a little bit even before the streams, but yeah, again, our boy also finding a break there.
Incredibly difficult beginning for both players.
Yeah. Does seem like our boy has a bit more of a grasp on this though, compared to his opponent here. Emilbus just doesn't have the speed, at least right now.
It must be those jumps from last map.
Yeah, look, it really could be.
They just went from like one end of the skill set to the other.
Yeah, and
might just take a hot second to adjust.
It's not even that, I don't think. You can just see Emilbus, like, especially coming into the end of those streams there, just having a bit of a tougher time compared to Arbusion, who has now recovered very, very nicely into the end of the map.
Arbusion will take home the point quite convincingly to start things off.
Yeah, 1-all. It is his first pick though, so no breakpoints just yet. Emilbus probably going to be able to come back now with one of his own picks, looking maybe towards a no-mod pool, particularly towards...
Nope, going straight for Hidden 4.
Very interesting. So yeah, going into Hashira Uma Musume. Almost right away. Interesting, but it is favored for Emilbus though. But again, Arbusion is one of those players who could play ult. It's just whether or not he can play this with Hidden. We'll have to see.
Alright. Well. We will see. We have just seen this map a few moments ago in our last matchup. Very tricky song.
Yeah, a bit of a landslide in the last one though. But
hoping for greener pastures here. Close battles. One can dream, right?
Yeah. This map is pretty troll though. There is definitely several sections which is very annoying to hit. If anything, those space flow in patterns definitely going to be very tricky, especially if you fall behind. Tends to just chain miss everything and might see the score shift all of a sudden towards your opponent's favor, and that's never good for you.
100%, 100%. Flow management, a little bit important on a map like this. Let's see if it will have a big impact in this particular confrontation.
Emilbus's pick, he is down 1 point, but no breakpoints just yet. Let's see how he responds to the DT3 from earlier.
All is equal and even in the world.
Yeah. Nobody is going to get obliterated by that slider. But this is a start where you're going to want to hold as much combo as you can, because the second we get into the first Ki, this song kind of goes off.
And the difficulty ranks up quite severely.
Yeah. Emilbus did drop a little bit more ack than our boy earlier, but seems to be recovering as well as his opponent here. Our boy holding that 98 as we come into the end of the first verse.
Yeah, but our boy will pick up a big miss, and that will allow Emilbus to quickly take the lead and try and run on it.
Unfortunately, just as we come into the first Ki, Emilbus is going to be able to not hold his combo at all, but does have a slight lead to take into the rest of the map.
Absolutely short-lived. But Emilbus will recover a sort of advantage here, taking a score advantage of about 26,000 points. Nothing combo-wise, which is good news for Emilbus.
Yeah. In fact, both players, same combos right now. The only separating factor is that accuracy, which our boy dropped during the Ki. So let's see how the tidings will go as we slowly build up towards the next Ki here. Our boy though, finding another break.
Yeah, not finding much love in this hidden pick. What's putting up formidable resistance?
He is, unfortunately, unable to capitalize on that break by Emilbus. They're just both trading back and forth now. It's again into the next Ki. And our boy is gonna fall once again. And Emilbus holds strong.
Good opportunity to try and lock out the victory here.
Yeah, there's really not that much map left. Arbusion's gonna have to hold and pray for Emilbus to just maybe find a break here and there, but no, that's not who you want to break. Not if you're our boy, that is.
And here we go, we're going to the finale here. And Emilbus should have more than enough now to lock out a victory.
Yeah.
Very comfortably.
It looked a little bit shaky early on, but the second the first Ki hit, Emilbus just turned it up a notch. Managed to outlast his opponent on this pick, and yeah, just coming into this ending here, just seems a lot more confident. Oh man, those triples.
Oh, that's a bit brutal.
Yeah, most players hit it though.
Especially if it looks like it overlaps it with the next triple. Ouch.
Yeah, but in the end, that's going to be a pick for Emilbus. Both players getting their respective 1 points, which means our boy now gets to lead off with another pick of his own. Immediately into Hard Rock. Yeah, as expected. Hard Rock 4.
Good call, good call.
It's going to be Swing Alt, I believe. This particular pick coming in at 210 BPM. Divide that by a third, and you get 170.
Wait, you said how much divided by a third?
210.
Divided by a third is 70. Not 170.
Okay, divide by a third and then minus the third from the overall.
So 140.
Apologies, yeah. Multiply it by 0.6 recurring.
Right, you're making this map hard! You're making this hard! What is it like?
It's 170.
Bro. Okay. I'll let it go. Let's go.
Anyways, we've seen this in the last match as well, I believe. We're gonna be seeing it again. And early on, it's actually gonna be Arbusion finding a quick tactical miss. Or at least you hope it's tactical.
Tactical, ladies and gentlemen. But that miss won't be.
Yeah, that's gonna hurt a little bit more, but this is 3 minutes long. And we're just getting started, so... Could go to either side, actually. I would say that this is one of the more toss-up picks, simply due to the fact that it does require a degree of ult, but again, Arbusion just so much more comfortable on Hard Rock, on aim.
And so far, it is leading him off with a good advantage of about 35,000 points. Can't go wrong with that, especially if you want to take a map like this that's a bit more, you know, up in the air at a time like this when there are less stakes involved, in case things backfire.
Yeah. And still looking good for Arbusion here. Emilbus, though, also recovering nicely, hitting the slider burst. But if both players were to FC from now on, it's still going to go to Arbusion here, just from that act alone. So whoever has the next miss, although it's very much favored towards Arbusion right now. Oh no! And yeah, here comes the floodgates. Emilbus getting that opportunity now. Yeah, and
Team Rocket has showed up and they're going straight after Arbusion's points. And so it's so far leaking in Emilbus's favor.
Yeah, it's gonna take some real persistence from Arbusion here to make Emilbus blast away again. But different story coming into the end of the map here. Last Ki.
And Emilbus looking quite good, on track to take the lead very shortly.
Yeah, but no!
Emilbus, we almost had it all.
They almost had it all, but in the end, once again, there's still map left. It still could go to either side. Both of these players are very, very close, and that score is just slowly shifting towards the side of Emilbus now.
That is ridiculous. Emilbus barely in the lead, but Arbusion is more accuracy consistent, and it's keeping him ahead.
Yeah, but that miss from Arbusion is gonna make the score flicker over to Emilbus' side. This map has only a few hundred combo left.
Oh, but there we go. Arbusion won't be able to contest it much longer.
No, and Emilbus is gonna be able to hold through this final section. Unless he absolutely bins it now, this is gonna go to his side. No. There's a big spin, but...
Very close.
Oh...
Very close.
You've got to feel for Arbusion's are leading for the entire match just to have it snatched away from him at the last second. Losing his Pachirisu.
Ouch. And Emilbus getting the S rank. Gotta love the beautiful S rank. Not bad.
Yeah, and despite faltering just a little bit earlier in the map, Emilbus managing to bring it back. And that's flipped the match on its head. Our boy now losing the first breakpoint of the match. It's going to be Emilbus with the initiative.
But can Emilbus execute and solidify that breakpoint advantage with Nomon 3? Dear my Waker.
Yeah, and knowing Emilbus' skill set, knowing what he's good at, knowing what he likes to play, this is, I would say, highly favored towards him. But But that doesn't mean that Arbusion doesn't have a chance here, though. He has shown that he's able to play just about everything. And he is not a stranger to ult either, in his own regards, but...
Well, when you're a more all-rounder player, I presume you'll may find yourself in with some chances every once in a while. And will this be it? We'll see.
Yeah, but this is going to be quite an important pick for Emilbus here. He doesn't want to lose this one, since it is one of the maps that he is favored for. So, you have to see. We did see Arbusion lose the Hard Rock for his own pick. Whether or not history will repeat itself right now on this map. DMI Waker.
Arbusion,
and... Oh.
No!
Arbusion is just pulling a machine here. Disconnecting his tablet.
You know, nothing beats disconnecting and reconnecting the tablet mid-match.
No. This time we're gonna have an abort though.
Fair. Did happen at the very start, so we will get a redo.
Yeah, lucky on that regards. But
yeah. Unlike in our last matchup, you know, halfway through the song.
Not that it mattered, but you know.
Hey, it made it spicy, okay?
Oh, it really did.
That counts, okay?
Yeah. You know, at least we'll have a story to tell.
True. And we do love stories.
Yeah, and interesting story here. We're gonna get back into this map.
Okay. Take two.
Yep. Take two. And yeah, that's a bit unfortunate here.
Nah, technical miss.
You know what? Just 4 of them, just to be extra safe.
Yeah, just 4 of them, extra safe.
Yeah, and unfortunately, we've already DC'd and aborted once, so our boys just gonna have to live with that one. But this map is pretty relentless.
But it is also very long. So missing 4 combo at the very beginning, in the grand scheme of things, should not have a big impact.
Yeah. As long as he's able to recover his combo here. He did just find a miss though, and another.
Another one.
Yeah. I don't know if Arbo really want another one of those, but you know. Emilbus, yeah. It's rolling down right now with that 99%. Still holding on to that FC. Looking so comfortable on this ult pick.
And that dominance so far shining through. Emilbus is double of our boy's score at the end of the first chorus.
Yeah, and this advantage is just gonna keep growing, especially if he manages to hold it through the second guy. On ult maps like these, being able to full combo them consistently is such a feat in itself. Takes so much stamina, especially with these space patterns, to just hold your composure. And Emilbus right now, absolutely showing off in dominant fashion on his own pick.
And Arbusion can't really do much. It's got something going, but that something might be a bit more.
Yeah, that's something that turned into something quite pivotal here.
He went that slider backward, but he's still 100, okay.
Don't worry about it, 0 slider ticks.
Gotta love it.
Yeah. But this does give Arbusion a bit of an opportunity, though a very slim one. That accuracy from Emilbus is going to keep him ahead for so much longer. If Emilbus throws this ending, Arbusion could potentially, if he manages to hold...
Oh, he does hold for now. But Arbusion needs to get another, what, 200 combo at least?
Yeah, look, he's gonna have to at least match Emilbus here, if not a bit more, just because he just didn't have that combo at the start, but I don't think Emilbus is gonna give him any room to breathe. It's gonna be close. The score lead is shrinking rapidly, but there's... Oh, never mind.
Yeah, unfortunately, it was not enough. Slider's too fast, too furious.
Yeah. Just unfortunate miss aim, and probably the start caught him off guard more than anything on this pick here. But still, gotta say, very impressive performance coming out from Emilbus on this No Mods 3.
There we have it. Emilbus will take the point, solidifying the breakpoint advantage, at least for now. And we'll put our boy on the defense.
Yes, 3-1. But our boy has plenty of picks of his own still left in the pool.
Definitely buy him a bit of time. Shall he execute on his picks?
Yeah, but it does make it a little bit more challenging now. Our boy is gonna have to really pull out all the stops on his own picks, at least. Stem the bleeding.
Yeah. So we got one more hidden map and one more hard rock.
Well, there's 3 more hard rocks.
No, it wasn't hard rock 1 and 2. Oh, 1 and 3 banned.
Yeah, hard rock 1 and 3 was banned.
Yeah,
that's true. I completely forgot about that. Thank you.
Don't worry. I've been dealing with it last match myself. It was a little bit hilarious.
Yeah.
We're even. We call it even. Don't worry. It's all good.
Thank you, my good sir. Anyways, yeah, there's only 1 hard rock left.
That would be Hard Rock 2 if memory serves.
Yeah.
Hard Rock 2 and Hidden 3. Oh, Hard Rock 2, there we go. Being selected.
I was gonna wonder if Arbusion is gonna leave the Hard Rock 2 for potentially his final pick, but yeah, not gonna happen. Gonna go into the Precision CS 6.5 once again.
Me personally, I think that you should leave your stronger picks till later, only when you're ahead on breakpoints.
True.
Don't think it makes logical sense to do it when you're behind.
Yeah. I guess it's the difference between whether or not you want the, I guess, the feeling of having momentum behind your back, or having, you know, not just 1 point in contention for the match itself.
Yep, that's fair, that's fair. Some players really do run higher momentum because psychology is a big thing.
Yeah.
But sometimes, even though it may not sound optimal, if you can psych yourself up and you genuinely believe that it might be a bit more advantageous to do so, then some people will go for it.
Yeah. But in the meantime, as we're getting into the pick here, looks like the players are getting ready.
Yeah, so Hard Rock 2, we just... Oh, sorry, Hard Rock 3.
Is it 3 or 2?
I'm losing track. Hard Rock 2. It's 2.
Yeah.
We just saw this just a moment ago. Circle size, one of the highest in the pool, clocking in at 6.5.
Yeah. The standard precision pick CS. Full standard, at least. Not too sure about Tycho if he even have CS, but
no.
Yeah. Imagine having to hit a smaller drum. Anyways. Yeah. Only break from Arbusion, actually, and another one. That's not what you want to see on your own pick.
Ooh, rough start.
If Arbusion loses this one, this is going to be...
Dire. That'd be pretty bad.
Yeah, this is going to be no good.
No good.
But that being said, it is at the beginning here, and if Emilbus find a break at any point, Flask and his precision picks can be pretty devious.
But our boy is getting a bit of a combo back up, so he will just sit there waiting in the wings for the time being.
Biding his time.
Biding the time. That is draining very rapidly.
Yep. And if Emilbus manages to hold that accuracy and manage to just not throw this is looking really good for him, actually, right now.
Never underestimate the ability of a player to choke.
That is true, but here we go. Oh.
Got it?
Thank God there's no break in this map.
Very dicey situation to look at otherwise.
Yeah. But here we go. Final Ki. Both players still holding strong. Arbusion, unfortunately, a bit behind from the first break. If Emilbus manages to find the FC here, that's going to be huge for him in this match.
And it looks to be on track to do so.
Yeah,
but Emilbus drops the full combo.
Yeah, it doesn't matter though. I think Emilbus would have done enough either way, even if our boy didn't miss. That was huge for Emilbus there.
Absolutely intense result there. And a well-deserved advantage clearly in Emilbus's way right now.
Yeah, another breakpoint over to his side.
You know, especially with now Hard Rock out of the pool. And Emilbus still has hidden 3.
Yeah, that is true. That's going to be Take. The thing about Take is it is such a troll pick.
Some may say it's also a troll song, but
yeah.
Why would I know about that? Yeah,
no one's gonna talk about the ending, which goes like 330 BPM. But here we go, hidden 3.
Troll song. Troll map.
Bamboo.
Troll back
by Rish. Yeah, we've seen earlier. Both players missing on that huge flowing segment about 2/3 of the way through.
100%.
Whether or not we'll see a repeat of that. Yeah, definitely gonna be interesting because whoever holds the most combo at the start is gonna have a huge advantage coming into the ending. Because God forbid if you hit the ending, you're actually cheating.
You heard it here first, folks, from the host himself.
One of the hosts.
One of them. Fact. One speaks for all.
Anyways, just gonna be waiting on our boy to come back from his little AFK excursion.
Yeah.
Did you think this match was gonna turn out like this at the start?
Look, I didn't believe so. I didn't expect to see players just beelining for hidden Hard Rocks in their bans and picks. I especially didn't expect our boy to be suffering quite badly at this stage of the match.
Yeah, I was actually quite surprised that our boy manages to actually somehow lose both of his picks here. That's, I guess traditionally would have been just no-brainers for him. But that being said, the pure aim picks was completely annihilated from the Hard Rock pool by his opponents, so one of them being ult-based and the other one, yeah, again, only 170 BPM. One of the easier maps, I would say, in the pool as well for the aim players. Yeah. That being said, I guess this result potentially would have been expected. Yeah, Arbusion recently did have to go under for a Wisdom Teeth removal. So that might be playing huge dividends into why this match is going as so, but...
Yeah, exactly. Especially when those pain receptors can interfere with your coordination.
Yeah. But again, he's not performing poorly by any means.
Yes, that is true. Definitely trying to give himself chances at every stage of the map. Which is the best that you can do in those circumstances.
But that being said, we're in Hidden 3 now. Gonna focus up in Emilbus. Interesting miss.
At the break too, so our boy knows that potential dividends are waiting.
Yeah, but he can't really relax just yet because who knows how long Emilbus is going to manage to hold his combo for now, coming into the first speed up. Here we go. Oh, and oh no. Yeah.
Oh no. Oh, okay, well, he's good.
Yeah, Emilbus just hitting the hardest part thus far in the map, just to miss on random aim segments. Still gonna give the lead right now over to Arbusion, but only by a slight amount as he finds another break, and oh dear.
Uh-oh, that's not good. Emilbus collecting the free combo.
He's gonna be able to collect a score advantage soon as well, it seems, but...
Well, we will see about that.
Yeah. Right now, this is just playing straight into him.
Oh.
All of this free combo.
Here we go.
Yeah, here we go.
Big opportunity here.
Both players, oh, never mind, Arbusion the first one to fall, Emilbus still holding strong. And he's gonna have 400 to take into the final KI.
Oh, this is disastrous for our boy right here. Absolutely disastrous.
Yeah, you know, okay, our boy is already, well and truly out of it. Emilbus, so finding a huge... Oh, no. Yeah, look. It just do be one of those maps, and... Missing the one after the spinner, yeah.
Classic.
That was surprisingly close, actually. Only about 50k separating both of these players, but in the end, that's gonna go to Emilbus.
And Emilbus playing phenomenally well, and is now in a significant advantage heading into this next pick. I believe this is Emilbus's pick.
No, Emilbus just picked Hidden 3. This is yeah. Honestly, at this point, not too much more to say. Honestly, coming from our boy's angle, we might even see a Nomon 1 here.
Nomon 1. Oh, that would be dire. When you're relying on Nomon 1.
Yeah, he can play just about everything, but just into someone like Emilbus who's again also one of those players that can just play everything, but has a tendency to be good towards ult. Instead, our boy's gonna go for DT4. Yeah, okay.
Okay. One
of the more difficult picks in the pool. Probably the hardest, to be honest, in the DT pool. It's gonna be flowering. Again, we saw this last match as well. Mix of ult and AR10, almost tech-like patterns in this one.
And it's going to be a bit unfortunate if our boy cannot win this, because he is in the losers bracket and may very well get knocked out of the tournament should he not be able to pull back from a 5-1 deficit. It's a bit of a tall order to ask.
Yeah, but that being said, Emilbus is too out of comfort picks, I would say. Everything else here, at least normally, would be a bit of a toss-up, but again, Arbusion having to play with sore teeth. Yeah.
Yeah, no mod and DT, the only mods left in the pool as well. I don't particularly know who that would favor.
Oh.
But right now it's favoring nobody. Oh, okay.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Finally flicking over. Yeah.
Doing fine things, I swear.
Yeah. Now, without DT, this map is usually a ult pick, but yeah, right now, with the DT mod, both players doing not too bad at the moment. Our boy did find a break though. Still has a bit of an act advantage, but yeah, it's just so hard to hold combo in this map.
especially with how fast-paced the AR is. Don't have a lot of time to interpret what's going on. Execute.
Yeah, you really do have to be quite competent and confident in your DT skills to play this well. Again, all of those slider ends. Being efficient with your movement. And although our boy did find the first break, he is going to come to this next free-ish combo segment with a bit more combo to his name than Emilbus here. But
And a bit more score for that matter as well. Racking up 50,000 points.
yeah.
And that's about to blow out in a massive favor.
Definitely. Holding on is important, but yeah, finding another break, that's not going to matter too much though. Emilbus breaking earlier as well.
Yeah. Although, look, 60,000 points, you can't go wrong with that. But that's going to start shrinking quite rapidly.
Nope, never mind. Emilbus unable to capitalize on that once again. And yeah, this map just goes by so quickly, and these both players hit it.
Yeah, they're hitting this entire section. Emilbus having a small drop there, but that's going to be all the difference as our boy looking quite good now, up 112,000 points with the combo momentum, and there's barely any time left in the song. This should be a wrap.
Yeah. Holding, maybe gonna get well over 400k points. Yeah, well over. Managing to hold onto his combo at the end as well. That massive AC advantage. Very impressive score coming from our boy actually on this map. 400k and well 480k at that. Very impressive. That being said though, it's gonna be one more pick and it's gonna be Emilbus's before it comes back to him again. So definitely gonna have to see what Emilbus has in his pockets now to come back.
Yeah, and now there are plenty of choices for Emilbus. Only one needs to be to the path towards victory.
Yeah, and that's gonna be no mod 4 right now for him, it seems. Kissing Lucifer.
That's all good.
Yeah. Don't worry about that. No mod 4 tech pick by Relazy, and it's pretty classic Relazy tech pick, I would say. 170 BPM, not the fastest thing in the world, but some spaced segments. Very cool flowing sliders. Potential last pick of this match, Emilbus's pick against Arbusion here. Let's see if Arbusion will hold or whether Emilbus will close it out right here, right now.
Well, we will see. Our boy fighting for the tournament life, looking to try and score big here. Not scoring the advantage thus far, but in his early days.
Yeah. Key factor will be hitting the 2 Kiais in this map, and Emilbus gonna miss right before the first!
Okay.
Oh, that's so unfortunate.
This is a good opportunity for our boy to pick up some points. Actually, holding back a little bit.
Yeah, well, he did find a break there, but again, he's gonna... Oh, never mind. Dropping a lot of accuracy. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, and that accuracy difference is going to quickly allow Emilbus to come back with an advantage.
Yeah, and with Emilbus holding through basically the first Ki, he's gonna have such an advantage now. As long as he doesn't miss too early in the next Ki here, he's gonna basically take the point. Our boy is about 150 combo behind, which for a map as short as this is actually quite a bit.
Well, let's find out. This is the make or break moment for Emilbus.
Yeah. He just has to hold and he's got the victory in his grasp. But the question is whether or not, again, he can hold through this Ki. Our boy also has to hold
Here we
it.
go.
Oh,
Big
dear.
opportunity, but that opportunity is wasted.
Yeah. Again, both players just missing around the same mark. But
That should be enough for Emilbus to take home the bacon. And yeah, there we have it.
GG, well played.
Yeah, there we go. Our boy Emilbus wrapping up their match 6-2 as Emilbus fights to stay alive and will advance through to the other half of the loser bracket currently in the semi-finals.
Yeah, Emilbus going to be advancing to top 8, whereas our boy here is going to make it to top 12. Again, unfortunate timing with the surgery, but again, good performances throughout the tournament. Unfortunately, though, we're going to have to see him go here. Still, good match, put up a good fight, but in the end,